Hi, I'm Joey. Welcome to another episode of the Quarantine Cook. Tonight, I am going to make beer battered chicken. And we're gonna have that with some squash, which I'm also gonna fry. And then we love the greens we got so much at the organic store last week, we went and bought some more. So I'm gonna also cook some more turnips and kale along with some more turnip greens. Okay, I've already got the prep work done for our greens and our turnips, and we're gonna go ahead and throw those on. And I'm gonna turn my burner, my back burner, onto a medium-high heat to get that started, and I'll let my oil heat up, and then we're gonna throw our greens in, and we're gonna throw a little bit of water so that it can steam up and cook them down. And then we'll get started on our prep work for our fried squash. Since we're just doing the greens and the turnips this week, I'm just gonna throw these leaves in because they'll cook down anyway. And I'm throwing everything in whole. Last week I cut everything up, but I had a lot of veggies to go in there. That'll go in just like so. Get the rest of it, make sure we get all of it. And just take our cutting board with our turnips, throw them on top. There we go. We're going to take a few cups of water and put in here. There we go. And add some salt and pepper to this. Dash of salt. All right, there we go. Okay, throw the lid on and let those cook. And I'm gonna start my prep work for my squash. We're gonna get our oil in our pan, not too much, to do the squash with, like so. And I'm gonna turn this on a medium-high to start with. And I'm gonna let that heat up while I'm prepping my squash. Okay, you want to have 3 eggs, and get you a bowl to put those in. And I'm going to set that to the side for a minute. I'm going to mix that with just a tad of milk, and that's going to be part of my batter mixture. And you want to take your vegetables, your squash, and we're going to cut those into little ringlets. And then, because we're going to deep fry them, we're going to put them in the egg, and then we're going to put them in the flour with some salt and pepper, and then we're gonna fry those in the frying pan. I love the taste of the squash. So we have a yellow squash and we have a zucchini. And we're gonna do the same thing with both of them. Just cut them into thin circles. Like so. Okay, so you're gonna mix your eggs and just a tad of milk and throw some pepper and salt into this. Okay, and this is what we're going to dip our squash into. And you need about 1.5 cups of flour, all-purpose flour, and again, salt and pepper. And just throw a dash in there, a little bit of salt, and there we go. Just mix this with my hands like so. And then you're going to take your squash and put it into your egg mixture. Just throw a few in there so you can get started. And our oil is heated up, so it's ready to go. And you just want to make sure you cover them thoroughly in the flour. Okay. You're going to take these and you're just going to throw them into your pan of heated oil. And you're going to give that about 10 minutes and then we're going to flip them over. Okay, so the fried squash is done. I've got it in a bowl. You want to put a paper towel so it absorbs the extra grease from where you were frying it. And we're just going to cover that like so. And I've already prepped some of my chicken egg mixture into the flour with some salt and pepper. And then I've got these ready, and I'm just going to show you this last one. And then there's going to be one additional step for this. You know, cover it thoroughly, because you're going to have two coats on it. You're going to have the dry flour, and then we're going to take our flour from this. That's why I did it this way, to show you. I'm going to just set it in here. Now, we're going to make our beer batter. We'll take the flour so we don't waste it. Put it in a bowl. Okay, so I added a little bit more flour into this. Now, this is what's going to make it the beer batter chicken. Take this nice campfire stout and add it in here, and you're going to make a batter out of this. So just kind of pour it in and see where you stand, because you don't want to make it too thin, but you also don't want it to be too thick. There, that should be just about right. I hope. Maybe a little bit more. It's still kind of thick. You don't want to make it, you don't want it to be like a cake batter, but there, that should be good. Just enough so that you can coat the chicken on the outside. Yeah, just a touch more. There we go. And then we're going to add a little bit of salt and pepper to this, and we'll be ready to dip the chicken and put it in the frying pan. All right. Some pepper, salt. Good. Stir that in. Okay, so I've turned the heat down on my oil because I've got it nice and hot. As soon as that chicken hits the pan, it's going to start frying. So it should be the perfect temperature. So you're going to take your chicken with the flour and the egg, and you're just going to dip that into your batter. And that's going to go straight into the pan. And you're going to let it brown a little bit, and you're going to turn it over. You're going to flip this a couple of times. One more time. Put this one in there. So I've got big pieces of chicken, so I'm just doing 2 pieces at a time. And I've got to get this off my hands. I've turned one piece. You just let it cook for a couple of minutes and then flip it over. You're going to flip this several times throughout the cooking process. That way the batter cooks onto both sides. Okay, now we're going to keep the lid on it, and I'll check it again in about 20 minutes, okay? These on here. And I'm just going to fry the other 2 up, and then we'll be ready to eat. And I'm going to serve this up. They have all that nice. Well, it's already been cooked up from the other ones. Throw that lid on, let those cook, and I'll serve this up. All right, and here we go. We got Southern fried squash, beer battered chicken, and our turnips with turnip greens and kale. Right here, and we are having that today with a campfire stout that I used in the beer battered chicken. And that is made by High Water Brewing, which is out of San Jose. So it's a kind of local brewery. Cheers all. Till next time, I'm Joey, the quarantine cook, and we'll see you again soon.